Hey y'all, I just thought I would take a few minutes and show you what I do in order to prep all the foods that I make. I just went to Costco and I did post something about me prepping stuff on Sunday night, but we were coming home from a vacation and I just quickly grabbed what I could get from our local grocery store, and now I'm at the point where I need to do it again. So I went to Costco this afternoon and did a big bulk shopping trip, and was getting ready to post the picture and just thought, you know what, I'm going to try to go through to help some people who don't exactly know what all they need to do to be fully prepared. So basically what I bought is a lot of vegetables. I bought celery, lots of celery, and this is actually kind of fun for me because my girls have both started to love to eat this. So I clean this, chop it up. Some of it I chop up to put into the stir fry and the meats and the stuff like that I make. The other half of it I will just cut into little celery sticks and put them in individual Ziplocs or containers that we can just quickly grab and go when we're out and about, and that just makes for a super easy, quick snack for myself and for the girls. And super easy to be able to quickly throw it into some ground turkey, or into a stir fry, or on top of a salad. Or on top of a chicken salad or something like that. So that's one thing that's great. I also got some asparagus, which is something that both my husband and I love. My girls love it, and I roast this, and what I'll do is I'll separate this out, and I will freeze some of it, and the rest of it I'll keep and go ahead and roast it and just have that in the fridge for the week just to kind of grab, and I'll just put a little bit of salt, pepper, and olive oil and balsamic vinegar on it, and it's yummy. So that's another one that I got. Got some cauliflower, which half of it I will take and roast, and the other half of it I will just kind of keep to eat as raw veggies, as snacks and stuff for me and the girls. And broccoli, which is one of my other favorites, which I typically steam my broccoli, but I've also been roasting it a little bit and saving some of it to eat raw. This seems like a huge bag, but when you start separating stuff out into actually what you're going to eat and when you're going to eat it and planning your meals, having a large bag like this gives you options to have some to have raw, some of it to have to be able to roast, and some of it to have to be able to put into meal prep and things that are kind of ready to go dinners for your family, like chicken and broccoli. I use it in stir fry. I put it on top of salads. So lots of different options of stuff that you can do with both of these. And let's see what else I got for vegetables. I've got green beans, which is another thing that's just super easy. I'll just split them up into little Tupperwares that I have that are portion size, and they're just already pre-cooked. I just pop them in the microwave, and then I've got a quick, easy lunch. Put them on a plate, with some, maybe tuna fish or a piece of salmon or something like that. That's really super easy and fast, and it's good. So I love greens and vegetables, and I always have even before I did this, so this part's kind of easy for me. But I'll be posting tons and tons of recipes as we go here, and hopefully you guys will too, of different things you can do to really make them taste even better. So another one that I bought, that I actually bought an extra bag of, is Brussels sprouts, which sounds so funny that it's totally one of my favorites, but it is. It just roasts up really well. It's really kind of crunchy and gives me that feeling that I'm kind of eating something like a chip or something like that. I put salt and pepper, and once in a while I do a little bit of garlic salt on there to change it up, and everybody in the house kind of loves those. Even Eric likes those, and he's really not a big lover of all of the greens, but this is one that he really likes as well. So the only other greens, I got some peppers. Can't really go wrong with these. Split some up, put some away to have as cold, just quick grab and go snacks. Kids, yourself, everyone can definitely enjoy that. For the kids, I typically will put a little bit of low-fat ranch with them, which I make a lot of times with plain Greek yogurt, and I can post that recipe as well. Some hummus is great with these to put them with, and they're great alone too. So use them for salads, chopped up. Chop some up and have them ready to go to put into some of your ground turkey or some of your stir fries. The things that you want to quickly kind of have to go if you're doing fajitas one night and you want to prep your chicken and grill up your chicken and have it ready to go, or even not grill it yet and just put everything into a separate container that's a Tupperware that you know you're just going to throw on the skillet really quickly. You've already got everything pre-cut and done, ready to go. That's a great way to go. You can even add a little bit of seasoning. So I put them on salads. And then the other thing that's really, really good with these is if you hollow them out and use like the shredded chicken, which you can kind of put in the middle of them and bake these with the chicken in it, and put a little bit of salsa on top. That's really, really good. Add some salt and pepper, and you can even roast them a little bit longer in the oven, which sometimes I do, just to kind of give them that little crispier top on them, and sort of gives you the idea of stuffed peppers. You could also do it with ground turkey, I suppose. And as you progress and kind of get into this more, you'll actually be able to be allowed to have some lean cut beefs and things like that. So you can definitely do a variation of regular stuffed peppers if you like that too. So that's another good one to have. I always get a bag of this from Costco, which is called Power Greens, and you can probably find this at other places as well. But I just love it because it's pre-washed and it's got spinach and kale in it. So I take this and I will put it in with salads. I will put this in when I mix up my ground turkey. I always add it to just add a little bit more bulk to what it is that I'm making. And I definitely always put it in stir fries. It's sort of just a kind of a good add-on, and it's super healthy, and it's great to add into any shake that you're doing that's a fruit shake. So I know somebody had asked about how do you add kale and stuff like that and do the whole green smoothie thing, and mine don't come out green, but I do add some of this for myself and for the kids, and it's definitely a win-win. So that's a great one. And then the other thing I always buy when I go to Costco is this, which is just it's just romaine lettuce, but it's a little bit of the smaller ones, and these are really good to do the lettuce wraps in. You can grill these on the grill. We do fajitas in these. We kind of line our plates with these just to kind of have something else to cut into and to crunch and to eat, and especially in the beginning phases of trying to eat clean and eliminate some of those sugars and chips and grains and breads and all of that kind of stuff, and tortillas and sandwich rolls and all of that kind of stuff. I always kind of add a layer of this, even if it's even a salad. A layer of this, throw some salad over it, mix some of the kale and the spinach in there, and just buy lots of different lettuce varieties. Obviously, you want to buy that kind of stuff that you're going to use, lettuces and things like that, maybe a little bit more fresh, which is what I do. But iceberg, romaine, arugula is another great one. So it's totally personal preference. You know, when Eric's on the road and he's traveling, he will stop at his nearest grocery store and he'll just pick up a bag lettuce of romaine and iceberg, whatever he can find that's pretty basic, and he will just either order a piece of grilled chicken from either the hotel or where he's at or a restaurant, or sometimes he'll just buy those packs of tuna, and he'll take something like this or just the already prepackaged ones, put it on a paper plate, throw some lettuce on it, put that on there, and just get a whole bunch of little vegetables and put them on there. Those mini fridges in hotels and places like that holds all kinds of things if you really kind of do it right. So for those of you that travel or are on the road or feel like you kind of need this to meet you where you are, you're taking lunch to work, that kind of thing, it's doable. It takes planning, but it's totally doable. So so that's the greens. The other thing I bought a lot of is fruit, not just for myself but for the girls. But the things that are allowed are red grapes and your berries. So I've got a huge thing of strawberries, I've got a huge thing of raspberries, and I've got a huge thing of blueberries. And fruit is definitely my downfall. It always has been, and until I did this whole thing with clean eating, I didn't realize the damage I was doing to myself by eating fruit constantly, thinking it was healthy, and really it's probably not the best choice after a certain point in the day. I don't eat my fruits after 3 o'clock at this point in the stage that I'm in with the clean eating that I'm doing. And so what I do with these is I will clean them, I will cut the strawberries, and I will separate them out. And what I'll do is for my shake, I do a protein shake, a superfood shake. And for my shake, I will separate these out by portion size of what is acceptable and what's allowed. And I try to keep it to a cup per serving. And so I already have that all done. I'll put it in pre-done bags. I even got color-coded Ziplocs just to keep it simple for myself. And so I know which ones are my shake bags. I take them and throw it in the blender with my shake mix, some ice, and I'm ready to go. So those are done. I cut some up to have just some fresh fruit if I do want to use one of my servings, not in my shake, and I just want to eat it in my yogurt perhaps, or something like that, then I do that as well. I freeze some of the strawberries. That sometimes is good too, to put into either your drinks. I've been experimenting with waters and frozen blueberries, strawberries, stuff like that's really good in water. And my girls love them. So I kind of have done the same for them to limit that they're not eating too much fruit. Put them in their own containers. Theirs are pink and purple, so that they know what's in the fridge, what they can grab, what they can take, and I kind of know what they're eating and how much they're eating of it. So it seems like a lot, but when you're buying for an entire family and you're buying for different places to use these foods within your menu and in your refrigerator, and how you're going to store them and stuff like that, and have them prepped ready to go, they won't go to waste if you do it right. And if you have them separated like that, you'll very easily be able to see if you're not using something. You can throw it in your freezer, put a date on it, and use it when you're ready. The grapes, I do frozen grapes. Someone just told me about that, and that definitely feels kind of like you're having like a kind of an icy sweet treat. So that's another big win, and that's probably good in perhaps in water too. So that's another one. For my shakes, I also purchased this at Costco, which is definitely a savings. It's the unsweetened almond milk. I don't really care for the plain one as much as I do the vanilla, so that's what I got. I did find that to be a really, really big savings. You cannot freeze this, but it does not need to go in the refrigerator until you open it. So it's not like you have to make all this extra space for extra dairy products and things like that. Last three things, lots of eggs. I talked a little bit about that before. I purchased lots of eggs, and what I do with them is I will hard boil them, and you can do that in whichever way you prefer, and take half of them, and I take the yolks and I separate them out, so that if I want to grab egg whites, I can do that very, very easily. And then the other half I kind of keep for things that I want to cook along the way. The last thing I do is I have marinara, and I have salsa. And the salsa I got are little tiny containers, and it's the Jack salsa. And the main thing to be cautious of when you're purchasing stuff like this, you can have them in moderation, but you do need to pay attention to what's on the back and what exactly is in this stuff, because you will find that there is a lot, hang on one second honey, a lot of sugars and a lot of carbs and a lot of fat and a lot of calories and stuff like that hidden in a lot of these sauces and whatnot. I paid $4.79 for both of these at Costco, so it wasn't totally out of reach to be able to buy something that was a little bit better for us. The one that I had, the Costco brand I had in our pantry, just had way too much of everything, and so I just wasn't comfortable using that at this point. And the Jack salsa came in these little nifty little containers, which again, awesome for on the go, to be able to take with you, to pack, and this is good even just like dip your vegetables in it, and you have it for the kids, have it for yourself. It's good to put on top of salads. It's one of those things you can have, and it's pretty good for you. And this particular brand is very, very good for you compared to what's out there. And you'll find just in reading the labels, it's not that hard to find good ones that are a reasonable price. It's for 2 tablespoons of that, which is a pretty decent amount if you're putting it on top of something and mixing it. It's only 10 calories, 2 grams of carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and no fat. So it's really pretty healthy. I mean, you could even eat that whole thing, that whole little container, and you're still doing pretty good to add some flavor and whatnot. And this is a medium hot, so it's actually got a little bit more. So anyway, I hope I didn't bore you too much. I'm just kind of trying to do the best I can as I'm learning and as I'm on my journey to give you guys some of the information you might need. So hopefully you found this useful, and I will continue to post recipes, and feel free to message me, email me, whatever, if you have more questions. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of your food journals and recipes and things that I don't know about yet. So thanks again.